I used to freeze in every conversation. I'd sit there, tongue-tied, thinking, what if I say something stupid? Maybe you felt that too, scanning the room, trying to guess the right thing to say, afraid of silence. Then one day, I stopped worrying. I realized there's no such thing as a stupid question if your curiosity is genuine and your intent is respectful. Asking questions isn't weakness, it's humility. And here's the thing most people don't tell you. Almost everyone loves talking about themselves far more than you think. So I started asking questions that, on the surface, seemed random. How tall are you? Or do you mow your own lawn? I know, they don't sound clever, but they were honest. And more often than not, they led the conversation somewhere unexpected, somewhere human. Pause for a second. Think about that. The next time you're stuck, ask something simple, something that makes sense only to you. You might be surprised where it goes. But let me be real. Not every conversation can be saved. Some people just aren't interested. Some aren't great conversationalists, and sometimes there's just no chemistry. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're trying to water a dead plant. The biggest shift for me wasn't learning clever tricks, it was a mindset change. Conversation isn't a performance, it's a shared experience. You're not responsible for carrying it. You're not there to impress anyone. When you stop trying to prove something and focus on being present, you notice subtle details, tone, emotion, little gestures that give you a real thread to follow. And yes, sometimes your mind still goes blank. That's fine. Let the silence exist, or gently pivot to another topic. Real connection doesn't come from nonstop talking. It comes from attention, ease, and letting go of the pressure to be good at conversation. Here's a trick that transformed my interactions: mirroring. Not in a manipulative way, just reflecting someone's energy, phrasing, or pace. People feel understood when their rhythm and tone are acknowledged. It's subtle, but it creates comfort. Combined with paying attention to emotional cues, small facial expressions, pauses, or shifts in voice, you get a map of the conversation. You know when to probe, when to pause, and when a topic is done. You stop forcing words, and the conversation flows naturally. Another tool is keeping a mental library of micro-stories. These aren't epic tales, just short, vivid moments from your day or small curiosities you've noticed. The next time there's a pause, you can drop one in. It makes you feel authentic without rehearsing, and it gives the other person something real to respond to. Here's an example. The other day, I asked someone, "What's the weirdest thing you've eaten this week?" They paused, laughed, and told me about a bizarre snack from a street market. That one tiny question opened a story I would never have predicted, and it made the conversation fun, memorable, and human. Now, notice something. This works because it's simple, human, and honest, not fancy, not rehearsed. People respond more to specific details than generic small talk, and over time, you'll stop feeling stuck for words because your brain has a bank of real, shareable moments ready to go. Here's the most important part. Stop treating conversation like a test. Stop trying to impress. Focus on presence, curiosity, and genuine listening. Ask questions that interest you. Pay attention to responses, and notice the rhythm of the other person. Small silences aren't your enemy, they're opportunities. Unexpected answers aren't awkward, they're gold. And let me give you one last secret. The best conversations often feel random. That question about mowing the lawn or asking someone their height, those stupid questions often spark the moments people remember most. The trick isn't being clever, it's being genuinely curious, attentive, and relaxed. So, next time you feel nervous, remember this. There's no perfect script, no magic line, just honesty, curiosity, and attention. Ask, listen, respond. Let silence breathe. Notice the tiny cues. Drop a micro-story. And don't worry if some conversations don't go anywhere. They're not failures, they're practice. Your real skill isn't talking non-stop. It's noticing, responding, and connecting. And when you finally get that rhythm, something magical happens. conversations stop being stressful and start being human. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I share practical advice like this every week to help you improve your conversations and connect with people in a real way.